There are phrases that narcissistic men use so consistently across many different relationships that they function almost like a script. And what makes them effective is that on the surface, they sound like ordinary conversation. But underneath, they're doing very specific psychological work. And once you understand what that work is, the phrases lose almost all of their power. So let me translate this. When he says you're too sensitive, what he actually means is that your perception is accurate and is threatening my control right now, because this phrase is never deployed in response to genuine emotional excess. It is deployed in response to correct identification of something that he needs you not to identify. And the more confident you are in what you felt or what you saw, the more insistently that phrase tends to arrive. When he says, "I never said that," what he actually means is that the accurate version of events holds me accountable, and I'm rewriting it because accountability is a threat to the false self. And this is not misremembering. It's not confusion. It's deliberate reality revision. And the certainty with which he says it's not evidence that he's right, it's evidence of how completely the false self has absorbed the revised version as truth. When he says you always do this, what he's actually doing is inflating a single accurate response that you had into a fundamental character flaw, which moves the conversation away from what he did and onto who you are. And a person defending their character cannot simultaneously hold someone accountable for their behavior. And when he says, "If you really loved me, you would," what he actually means is that I'm using your love as leverage to extract compliance, because genuine love does not require the override of your limits, the override of your needs, or even your values. And any phrase that frames love as conditional on your disappearance is not an expression of need. It's a control tactic dressed in the language of intimacy. Part 2 of this series drops next. So save this video now and share with someone who still hears these phrases. And go to my profile right now to follow me. I post this every single day.